more intimate, cooking or
Cooking is more intimate?
Hell yeah. I could tell how much you love me by that meal. I mean, the tender loving care. Look, I'm a fat kid, so food is my happy place. So when a woman cooks for me, I just feel it's different. I mean, sex is sex. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fulfilling, all that stuff. But you cook for me, like it's almost spiritual.
All y'all disappointed me on this stage. Talking about cooking is more intimate. This woman is giving you her body.
come on.
And that just lets me know y'all don't know all forms of intimacy. You said it's almost more spiritual. No, it ain't.
Look, my wife.
There is physical intimacy, sexual intimacy, spiritual intimacy, emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, financial intimacy. There are different levels of intimacy that we are talking about. And y'all want to say that cooking is more intimate than a woman opening up her body and her soul to you?
Hey, it's a lot of women that open up their body and their soul.
That's their mistake that they decided to fornicate. That's their mistake.
Look,
but then
my
we
wife.
are opening up. That's the reason why the word tells you that you become one flesh. When you have sex in the old times, not today's times, in the old times, old times, when you decided to lay with somebody, you were actually becoming one flesh. That is something on an intimate level. She is opening her body. This is a portal that she is opening. And y'all saying cooking is more intimate than having sex.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of levels. You're right about that. But we're talking sex and we're talking cooking for a man. And I just feel like...
I'm just going to always have to disagree with you.
Real quick, though. Can I add this part? Can I add this part? In my life, how many cooked meals have I had compared to how many I've had?
There you go. Exactly. That's the reality.
When we say what it should be, and it's going to her question about the hookup culture, when we saying what it should be, I've had more than kisses on the lip. And then when it gets to cooking, a lot of women will feel like the cooking is more intimate. I'm only gonna cook for my man, but yet you busting it open on date 3 for him. So while I get the idea of what you say, so what should it be?
It should be sex in the kitchen.
Why is making a man a meal way more intimate than giving a man your body? I hear more women say, I'm not cooking for him, that, oh, I'm not sleeping with this man I just met. I mean, I'd rather make him some spaghetti and he ghosts me than sleeping with him and then he ghosts me. But maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. What do you guys think?
So, some little things going on from tonight's conversation of saying that, I forgot that he's from the Tyler Perry movies, I forget his name, saying that it's more intimate for him, for a woman to cook for him than give him some box. And, at the end of the day, they asked the men this question, okay? And the women started to speak for men. And that's what they usually do. They try to talk for men or think for men. Or they try to think as a man from a woman's perspective, but say it's a man's perspective. But in general, they just let you know in the black community that the women are not cooking no more. So when a woman able to give you a good meal and cook you a good meal, that shoots her higher up than giving you vagina. And that's on the women. Because you can't really tell me about my experience. So that's on the woman. Believe it or not. So they don't hold other women accountable for being a hoes in the black community. They don't hold other women accountable for dressing that way. They don't hold the women accountable for being role models. They don't. They really don't. And a lot of the adult females in the black community look up to the reality stars. They look up to the actresses. And just to talk about this for a minute. I think I put this video on the Patreon a few months ago. When Sydney Sweeney kept getting too naked and she wasn't listed as an adult film star, and she's listed as an actress and young girls look up to her, Becky and them got her together. Becky and them didn't, they condemned what Sydney Sweeney was doing. They didn't condone it. Black community condoned these women getting naked. They condone their daughters going out there in a way they dress for prime. They condone that shit. They condone it, and therefore they control they control the black community because they do. It's a granocracy. They control the black community. They get to say so. And I'm gonna continue to say this. They make it seem like the black man just left. No, 95% of these women, either he didn't want the child, they knew he wasn't gonna be there, he was in prison, or they got the baby and ran the man off with their attitude, or they knew they just took the baby and alienated from their father. We knew that. We know that. So the narrative that dude's just walking out, no. But he's telling you from his experience that, hey, it's easier to get pussy than a home cooked meal. Then you go on the internet. You ask a woman to cook. We not married, but she'll suck it Johnson & Johnson. They out here eating groceries before they can cook, before they cook for you. And back in the day, the women used to cook with love. They cook with love. You know? A lot of these women, if they do know how to cook, is nachos, Alfredos, tacos. That's it. They don't know how to cook shit. They had kids and their kids ain't had a home cooked meal. They eating off freezer their whole life. Eating noodles their whole life. Eating McDonald's their whole life. And then when they call themselves cooking dinner or Thanksgiving, they eating stovetop, box macaroni and cheese. Eating the cake from Kroger's. You know? What was that video where the grandma was talking to the daughter? And she was like, this is why your mama can't keep no man. This is keep a man stew. And what's so funny, y'all female mentors in the black community, the aunties, the grandmothers, they set y'all, and I say this all the time, they set y'all up for failure and talk shit about y'all when y'all had no man. They send y'all down the road of failure, independence. I don't need no man. Get your own. Don't believe, don't trust no man. And then you show up to the cookout for the 10th straight year. You show up to 10th straight Christmases and Thanksgiving with all with no man. And what do they say? They talk shit about you every year. You never once thought, not after 1 year, not after 2 years, not after 4 Thanksgivings, not after 5 barbecues, to think, these hoes done taught me the wrong thing. In my opinion, a woman that I'm dealing with on a serious note, it's imperative that you must know how to cook. And then would you hear how these women saying, well, we can get a chef, we can get, no, bitch. No. Not at all. Hate to break it to you, no. If I can go get a chef, if I can go get these nannies, these maids, what do I need you for? What do I need you for? When women back in the day, or some women still today, they cook with love. It's cooked with intentions. It's a joy to cook. You think that love don't tickle your husband's and your kid's soul? It don't tap into some type of serotonin, some type of memory. In the stop my grandma used to make this upside. That's love. My mama used to make this beef stew. Man, you pass these recipes down to your daughters. Sometimes they pass them down to their sons. I mean, you got guys that know that cook really well, and that's how they get their wife. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand how you gonna get mad at a man's experience for telling him that it's more intimate for him to get a cooked meal than get some ass. And y'all made ass so accessible, and it's man, I'm telling y'all, man, it's just not a flex no more. Y'all devalued yourself within society as women. And then don't open y'all mouth, y'all devalued yourself some more. So it is what it is, but that's definitely on my list, bro. Definitely on my list. But And also, it needs to be said that sex is more important to the woman than to the man. Hey, that's another video. More people don't talk about this. This is once again a woman thinking like a man. To them, sex is way more important than us. I'm gonna speak on that in the next video. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon.
All right, y'all. I need y'all to watch this video clip.
More intimate, cooking or
Cooking is more intimate.
Hell yeah. I could tell how much you love me by that meal. I mean, sex is sex. It's going
Talking about cooking is more intimate. This woman is giving you her body.
come on.
And that's just
My
we
wife-
are opening
look.
up. That's the reason why the word tells you that you become one flesh. When you have sex in the old times, not today's times, in the old times, old times, when you decided to lay with somebody, you were actually becoming one flesh.
How many cooked meals have I had compared to how many I've had?
There you go.
And then when it gets to cooking, a lot of women will feel like the cooking is more intimate. I'm only gonna cook for my man, but yet you busting it open on date 3 for him.
All right, y'all. This is an all call for women, right? I'm looking at this clip and they are literally comparing sexual intimacy with a woman to a cooked meal. And the men on the panel are saying that they would prefer the meal. Now, I don't know how this makes the other women feel, but yo, it knocked me off my square. Like, we have gotten to a point where men are saying, hey, I can get sex anywhere. It comes a dime a dozen, but a good meal, now that's something that I'm looking for and that I want. And I'm listening to Kitty and I follow her. She's amazing. If you follow her, you know that she is heavy in her word. She's a believer. She's a Christian. And what she's saying is when you have sex with someone, you are giving your spirit and your soul. You are becoming one. And I do understand that we are living in a hookup culture, right? Sex is very casual right now. But I think this clip should bring to the forefront how men value sex with women. It's crazy. Asking a man to value you, of course, starts with valuing yourself. And no, it's not all about sex, but that act, the act of sex is something that you share with somebody that you care about. And you are exchanging spirits and souls. And that's what it's supposed to be. And I understand that in this culture, it's not, as much as it used to be. But this clip made me feel like, hey, maybe we need to get back to that. So I don't know, guys. If you have a response or you want to comment, go ahead. I would love to hear your perspective on it. If not, then y'all be balanced.